welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today we are doing a Wip Chat. If you are new here and you don't know what Wip stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. And what normally happens during a Wip Chat is that you could bring out your own whips, or you could do whatever it is that you want to do, be it driving, relaxing, doing chores, whatever, and you listen along to me ramble about what's going on in my week. With that said, let's get started. So, today's project, I'm still on Deadly Sweet. As you can see, we started working on the skull here. I still haven't put the sticker on my logbook yet, so I figured I can show it to you once more. But yeah, I figured I would do all the dark areas before I started doing my Whip and Chat. Although this right here is a cover minder, though. I decided to cut the plastic off because it was getting in the way. But yeah, it's a black sparkly heart. I got it from one of the Diamond Art Club toolkits in the past. I don't remember which one. But yeah, I decided let's get to work on here. But my goodness, there are so many ABs in this skull up the top here. Like, it's all white ABs, and then we have all these pink ABs going on. And I still see a few coming down. It's just not as much as up here, but it's still really sparkly. It's like, it's insane how much, like, how sparkly this thing is. One of the other things I did do differently is my son, he thinks that this is creepy, and he was scared because I had this further out so that this was like hanging off the table, because I was working at the top part here. So when he's not scared by the skull, but it's just, I guess it's just the imagery of the mouth eating the skull. Even though I told him it's a lollipop, he doesn't like it. So this is what I had to do as a temporary fix to kind of I had to roll it all the way up to kind of help make sure he's not as creeped out, the poor kid. I don't know why he got so scared. He's normally all about brains and skeletons and stuff like that, but a mouth with a skeleton, nope, nope, he can't do it. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing okay today. I might be taking a lot of coffee breaks, so I got my coffee here. I decided to switch out to go with moons and stars. I haven't drank out of this cup in so long, but yeah, I'm gonna be doing that only because I feel so dehydrated right now. It's been a lot this week. I hope you guys are doing okay, though. I really do. I really hope that you're having a better week, because I'm trying not to make this into a rant video like I did last time. I feel like I went on too much of a tangent, and I probably am going to do so today because there's some frustrating things that happened. But I'm going to take a sip of my coffee first. I want to show you my new tool that I bought. I just looked down as I put my coffee. So I noticed with this one, the black ABs, not ABs, but like all the blacks were like stuck together, and I haven't gotten the time to grab like one of these separator things, and I asked my husband, I'm like, I know things are tight right now, but is it okay if I get that? And he's like, yeah, sure, go ahead, do it. And I'm like, okay, great. So I went on Amazon and found the cheapest one I could, and it's not the best thing in the world, but it's helpful. It does scratch it up a little bit, but there's just so many of the black drills here that are just stuck together. I was like, it was getting ridiculous. I filled a whole small tray with just how many that were stuck together. I think that was like the third bag, and I got like 2 more unopened bags, and then this container still to go through. So I was like, I don't know how many drills I have left over, so I might as well do that. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to turn off notification sounds. Oh well, I'm sorry. You're gonna be hearing that beeping throughout the time. Let's see. I was trying to decide if I wanted to start working on some of the lighter areas, but I think I'm going to go with this color because it might be the simplest for me. And easiest for me to focus on. It's going to be a lot of color blocking right here. I mean, there is some confetti, but I have a lot of one color to do. I pulled off 2 sections. So the insurance and roofing company drama has continued. I wouldn't say drama, but it feels like it, guys. It really does. Let's see. Where should I'll put it over here. Um, but yeah, so Friday, I start the day off completely exhausted. And the reason why was um, I decided that Thursday night I was going to try and sleep um, in my bedroom for once, because what I've been doing lately has been I've been sleeping on the wedge part of my couch or the love seat portion of my couch. Not very comfortable for either option, and I'll let you know why in a moment. But I was like, I'm just so exhausted. I'm tired of sleeping, sitting up. I I just want to lay down. I'm tired. So I tried. I slept. I did not sleep at all. I stayed in there for maybe 2 hours, and I gave up because it was just so hot and humid, and no, not humid because there's a dehumidifier. It was just so hot and dry and loud. Those fans are just so loud. Um, I couldn't sleep, so I gave up. And because it was just so hot in there, I decided, okay, let's take a shower, let's try and get refreshed, and I'll just go downstairs and try and sleep. So that's what I did. I went downstairs, and I tried to go to sleep on the wedge part. But yeah, the reason why the wedge is so uncomfortable is that there's a broken coil in it, and it pokes me right in the butt. And I'm just like, it's annoying. It's you're trying to sleep and you got this thing just constantly like poking you, and it's like, and it's not coming through all the cushions. It's just like it's broken enough so you notice that there's a like a lump kind of thing, and it just pokes you. It's like no, and I flipped the cushion over, but it's not fun. I'm trying to stay quiet because my husband's sleeping on the couch, and I'm just like sitting here being miserable, going, I can't sleep. I started looking through my phone, scrolling through stuff just to keep my brain occupied because at this point I already given up on the idea of sleep. I think I finally did go to sleep, and I slept for only 2 hours before I had to wake up and get the kids ready for school. I was like, no, I just wanted to sleep. But but yeah, I was like, and I was snappish too. I felt so bad. I was like, you know how you are when you are like sleep deprived, and I was very sleep deprived at that point. Um, with the whole week where I was not getting a lot of sleep, and then not being able to sleep in at all because we had people coming by to check the house and look at the moisture readings, and then by the time they leave, it's time to pick up the kids, so I can't go to sleep then. It was perfect timing though on Friday. So when we got home, I was just like, I was so drained. My husband's like, I'm going back to sleep, and I'm like, I can't sleep with anything. And he's like, just go pick one of the kids' beds. And I have a thing about not sleeping on their beds, and everything. But at that point, I was just like, you know what? You're right. I went upstairs. I chose Jana's room, and I grabbed my pillows, and I just flopped onto her bed. I pushed her big unicorn that was on her bed. I pushed it off, and I went nighty night, and I passed out. It was crazy how fast I passed out. I don't think I woke up until one-ish on that day. It was crazy. Like I went to sleep at 7 and I woke up at 1. So, and it was just in time too because we had people coming over to check the moisture levels within a few hours, so I was able to straighten up the house and everything. um but let's see, one of the things that was so frustrating on Friday as well, um so we were told that the roofing guys were going to come over on Friday. After we were trying to contact them from the second leak that happened, that they supposedly fixed, the issue by tarping the wrong area. So he, they said that they'll come by on Friday, and then they started ignoring our calls. And my husband's not, doesn't like it when people, start doing that and like not say a darn word. Um, and it was kind of getting frustrating, to be honest. We had let's see how to explain it. uh, because it's a too many kind of cooks in the kitchen situation. Like, there's so many guys involved on this. It's hard to know who to talk to who. Um, but there's one guy in charge of all of this, but then there's another guy that we should contact that's in charge of that guy. It's like it's a weird effect. Like, we have to talk to certain different people for certain things, but then it's just like so. What happened was when the restoration guys came over to check the moisture levels, they started asking us questions about like what the has anyone come by to fix the situation with the roof, and we're like, no, everyone's ignoring our calls. So the thing is, the roofing company is subcontracted by these restoration guys. Um, so that means that, they were the ones that recommended this roofing company to us. I'm going to take another sip of coffee. Sorry. Um, but it was, let's see. Yeah, they were subcontracted. So, so that meant like they were like they couldn't. I don't know what it was, but they were getting a little frustrated that they weren't responding at all during this whole time. And we were like, no, they've been ignoring our calls. They haven't said a darn word. And at one point, the guy, I guess, um, decided instead of contacting us, they contacted our insurance and said, nope, nothing wrong, no storm damage, nothing is wrong with their roof. And we're like, wait, what? Because at this point we're still dealing with a leak that's coming in, and the restoration company's trying to make sure to keep the area dry because we're worried that there's going to be rain coming Monday, because at the time the weather said that there was rain on Monday, and we're like, we don't want another leak. We were worried, we were kind of freaking out. But then this is why I say it feels like it's too many cooks in the kitchen type thing, is because let's see, my husband contacted the one of the guys, and he made a whole big group chat with us, the roofing company, and the restoration company, and basically said all text messages and stuff like here needs to be all stuff needs to be communicated in here. And it was kind of hard because it's just like felt like no one was responding like that. So my husband said what he needed to say, and the roofing company kind of backpedaled a bit. I would say, it was like nope, nothing. It's still the flashing. It's there's nothing wrong. There's everything should be fine. And my husband's like, if everything should be fine, then why am I still having a leak, right? Um, let's see. I actually wrote down a lot of notes here. But then they said, well, we never said that we were going to come out today. We said that we might come out. We might come out that day. And I'm like, my husband then, has screenshots. So he showed like, no, you said you were going to come out today. And then it's like, well, we have a job and we're very, very busy. So we could come out tomorrow, or maybe by at least Tuesday. And we're like, what? No, you said you were going to fix this. No, it's just, come on, please. And my husband he doesn't doesn't complain much, but he does get frustrated when people don't seem to listen to him. And um what he did was, can you guys please just humor us? He was like, this is getting ridiculous. I just need you guys to humor us for just a moment. Go into the attic, which is the thing. I'm gonna blurt that out. Sorry. The insurance adjuster that came by and looked at our roof said nothing was wrong and didn't look in our attic. And then the roofing company guy who tarped our roof didn't look at our attic either, and didn't look in the spot that we said, hey, there's something wrong there. So we're just like saying, The only people who actually checked the roof was not the roof. The attic was the restoration guys. We know you don't do anything with attics, but please just look in the attic. There's a hole there. You can see the hole. You'll see that there is something wrong with the roof, and you'll see exactly where the spot needs to be fixed. That's all we're asking. We're just saying, please humor us for that. So we got okay, basically the guy who I guess owns the company or something, um, excuse me, said he'll be here Monday. Man, it just felt like it was such a fight to get someone to do that. We're like, even if it is the flashing, just, please, just look at this thing, humor us for a bit. Because at this point, it's like, it's so weird that it could have been, it should have been storm damage, at this point, because it happened during Ian. And, we've been here for 8 years. We bought this house when it was built. I remember when coming here every single weekend and looking at the progress of our house and being excited for it, So it's just so weird about how much of a fight we've been getting with. Like, people are trying to say that our house is older than it is. I'm like, no, I seem to remember moving here 8 years ago, and I remember the house being built, within 6 months of that, I'm pretty sure the house is 8 years old. It was built right back in 2014. I remember it because I had the twins in 2015. But oh man, it felt like it was really a big fight about it. I gotta take another sip. I'm gonna take water this time. Oh my goodness. Also, I want to apologize if the video does look off or anything. I don't know what happened. I messed with the settings on my GoPro, and I tried to make a time lapse the other day, and I was like, it looked good when I was editing it. But then when I uploaded it, it looks completely different. And I'm hoping the same doesn't happen again, but I have a feeling that it might. So I'm going to have to fiddle around with the settings sometime. Pull out some instructions and troubleshoot the issue because I don't know what I messed up with. But yeah, that was our issue on Friday. And the restoration guys that came over to check the moisture levels, they said that things are going down, the levels are going down, which was good, and said that we should be good by Sunday for the downstairs area, but Monday by the latest on the upstairs, and that we could turn them off. We did, but if we want to be on the safe side, to keep them on until Monday. And my husband's like, okay, we'll keep them on until Monday. And I was like, okay, great. During this whole time, the kids, Nicole has been going to her friend's house every single day like normal, and then the twins are like sitting on the couch playing Minecraft, of course, because I'm trying to make sure that they're not in anyone's way who's coming here. And they have like a whole bunch of testing going on, like it's like statewide testing for their grade, to be in a gifted program. And it was just like, I might as well just let them, have fun after they finish reading, so might as well, right? And it did help. I just felt weird because I know someone's like, man, they play Minecraft all the time. But it's just so that they won't be in your way, because, oh my goodness, there was, on Monday, I'll talk about that. But, yeah, we had, on Saturday, maybe I'll backtrack a little bit. So because of the whole fiasco on Friday night, morning, with trying to sleep, my husband, who has been trying to get me to sleep on the couch, and I've been saying no because he needs it more than I do since he's the one that works, he's like, you're going to get your butt on the couch, I'll sleep on the floor. So he grabbed out this mattress that we have, that we usually use for the kids when they have sleepovers. He's like, I'll sleep on this. And that's what he did. He put it on the floor next to the couch, and I got to sleep on the couch itself for once. And oh my goodness, like, I thought it was really great sleeping on Jana's bed for once and laying down for the first time, just like literally being able to stretch my legs. I think that was the it wasn't the best sleep, but it was the best sleep I've had, in a long time since, with all these fans and everything. And I enjoyed myself. I was like, oh, I stretched out. I was asleep, and I don't think I woke up until like the morning light when my son has started rummaging around and decides he's going to give me a hug, and he's like, I'm hungry. I'm like, go get food. You know, they don't seem to realize. Excuse me. So, one of the things is whenever I wake the kids up, I go upstairs, and I get them ready for school. So they don't seem to realize that I've been sleeping downstairs this whole time. So it was a big surprise for them to see me downstairs on during the weekend. And they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm trying to sleep." What do you think I'm doing? You're supposed to be upstairs. I'm like, nope, not with that loud sound. I ain't gonna go up there. um, but yeah, I blew their minds apparently. It was so funny. Um, let's see, what else? So yeah, that was one of the things that happened early morning Saturday. But we had a busy day to get ready. Man, this it was just busy until yesterday. I will tell you that. I felt like yesterday was a breath of fresh air for once. But Saturday. So after the kids got woken up, my husband got up. He put the mattress, because it's one of those it's a flimsy mattress. It's not like a really big one. He put it into the office and closed the door and went to get ready, and I got the kids ready too. They were going to go to Walmart to go find a present for Papa, because it was his birthday. Well, birthday weekend, we'll say. His birthday just passed, and my husband was like, "Hey kids, you want to find a present for Papa?" And they're like, "Yeah," like that. And he figured at this point it would get me a moment to myself, which was really kind of him. He didn't have to do that. But it was just like, give me a moment to myself, straighten up a little bit around the house, and just relax instead of having people in the house. Because he knows how I am. I get so tense and uncomfortable when there's strangers in the household, and I can't seem to relax. So it was really nice. I should have slept some more, but I think that that was a bad idea, because I was already starting to get a headache forming. I guess from sleeping the amount I did get to sleep, or from the lack of sleep, I don't know. But he went out. He decided to do some grocery shopping because he wanted to make some food for his parents, since they were coming over. We were gonna do dinner. If we weren't going to cook, we were going to order from their favorite Mexican restaurant that's in this area. We introduced that to them. So, and it's now a little joke. Like, if they're coming by, it's like, they want to have Mexican food. Okay. Although we know it's not true. It's just funny because it's coincidental that that's where they go to after they visit us. I'm going to take another sip of water. Like I said, I feel so dehydrated, man. I think it's from the fans, but the fans haven't been here for a couple days, so that can't be true. Or the dehumidifier, but that dehumidifier dried everything out. My poor husband, because he has issues with his eyes because of it's drying out. He tore he's tearing his eyes again, so he has to go get that fixed sometime soon. We don't know when we can do that with everything that's coming up, but we're going to try and do that. And then, of course, our sinuses are going so haywire. Nicole, she's all like, my head hurts, and I don't feel great, because, my eyes are itchy. And I'm like, yeah. And then today, Jane is like blowing her nose, and it sounds so stuffed up, and her eyes are like, really watery. Luckily, Michael doesn't seem to be too affected by it, but I could hear him cough a little bit, like having a dry cough. It feels like the moisture is gone from this place. Um, and then of course we got a cold front that came in, so it it feels like it dragged everything out further. So it's like cold and freezing. So it's starting to warm up, but it's like one of the like I'm pretty sure you noticed I started wearing long sleeve shirts, but it's not going to last forever. So I know, big long explanation for nothing. Um, let's see. But yes, we had the in-laws come over, and I asked my husband before they showed up, "Hey, do you want me to do anything?" And he goes, "Nope, I got it. It's good." I'm like, "Are you sure?" And I offered to him like a few more times, and he just, nope. He shut me down. I'm like, okay, you know. Um, and I felt bad for him because he kept like he was doing a lot of stuff, and I was just like, "Are you sure you don't want any help?" And he's like, "No, I'm good." I'm like, okay, you know. Um, it always feels weird like that because it feels like I'm just, a lazy bum talking to his parents, and he doesn't get to do that. And I don't know why he does that to me all the time, because it's like, let me just cook for once. I know why he does it, because I cook all the time, and I'm sorry for the call. I cook all the time while he's working, and he just wants to be able to do some cooking too. But it always feels weird for me. um, let's see. Um, but yeah, the kids had fun though, from what I've heard. Oh no, I made a big mistake. Let's see if I can fix that. But yeah, from what I heard, the kids had a blast going to Walmart. They picked out they picked out Taco Cat. I'm like, is this for Papa or is this for you guys? They're like, we want to play with Papa. I'm like, it's for you guys. Okay, I got it. Guys, like yeah, it's for Papa, but we want to play it. That is still very sweet though. They are super adorable and can be considerate when they want to be. It feels like. But yeah, let's see. What else happened? Let me look at my notes real quick. I don't seem to have written down much of Saturday. But yeah, we kept the door closed because it was really loud. When they were here, like there was a point. Oh, there was a point when we were talking around, and Nicole's trying to show off her recorder because she has her recorder from the year before, and she plays Happy Birthday on it, and then afterwards she just wants to toot on it, and it's just like, she did this last time when they visit. She played on the ukulele and was just strumming, not nonsensely, but not making a song, just playing it for the sake of playing it, and she was doing that with the recorder, and I had enough. I was like, kid, stop it, It was just like you're starting to become a little rude, and we had a discussion after her her grandparents left. We were like, okay, we know that you like playing on it. We know that you want to show off what you know, but you see that we're having a discussion. Please, for the love of God, kid, stop. Be considerate. It's loud, and mommy and daddy have been here with the fans that's loud 24/7, because the kids started complaining about how loud it was too, and we're like, yeah, you don't have to deal with it all the time like we did. But it was annoying, so it's just like, please just stop with that. Speaking about that, so on Sunday my husband gave up. He had another night on the couch, on the bed, on that flimsy little mattress that he brought out, and I got to sleep on the couch again, and that was enough. 2 nights was enough for him, apparently. He woke up and he was so frustrated. He went into the office and turned off the fans. He's like, nope, I'm done. We're done with the fans. We're done. He's like, it's been long enough. They said we could do it. I'm going to do it. So he turned off the fans and the humidifier in that room. He kept the upstairs going as long as possible, but I was told that I was going upstairs that night. I'm like, okay. Apparently he was going to turn off the fans late that night once I went upstairs to go to sleep. So, yeah. But it was nice to finally hear myself think for once. I didn't realize how much of a difference it was. Like, I've been so used to like the loud in the background. Like, it was just so nice to be like able to hear things again. So it was just like, okay, oh, it looks like I have something stuck on the. Let's pull that off. There we go. Um, I'm gonna make sure that's gone. I don't want you to hear me clear my throat. um, but yeah, Sunday was I think it was kind of a relaxing day in a sort of sense. Um, it was just like still dealing with all the mess around our house. It's going to be a mess for a while, to be honest. I haven't decorated outside, partially because I don't feel like it anymore. I'm still in the Halloween spirit. I'm still like woo, but it's just like it's now the 20th, and there's only 11 more days left till Halloween, and I don't know when they're going to come back and start working on the roof or what, and I don't want there to be anything out there for them to trip or fall or tear. So it's just like I'll just not decorate. But I'm hoping it's not going to be the same thing for Christmas too. Although Christmas isn't my holiday to like decorate, I still do it because especially since the kids love Christmas. But I would like to get a Christmas tree up this year. Like we had to get rid of our old Christmas tree, but I would like to get a Christmas tree up for the year. Like, but if my setup in the living room stays the same, it's not going to happen. I think because I'm taking up both corners of the living room. So we normally put the tree on that side over there, but that's where my computer is right now. And then once we put a space heater here, last year we put it on this corner, like where I'm at right now. But my diamond painting table's here, so as you can see, we don't have a spot for a Christmas tree. I mean, like we don't have a tree yet, but we wouldn't want to buy another tree. But it's just like, where would we put it? So we're just like, okay, well, we'll see where it goes. And I still have my dentist thing coming up. I'm starting to get nervous again. It completely, like, it hasn't been as, like, in the forefront of my mind because I've been just more concerned about this whole house business. But now it's like, oh yeah, that's about to happen too. A lot of stuff is about to happen. It's a bunch of things happening at the same time. But let's see. Monday, we didn't get to sleep in like we wanted to because we were told that someone was going to come by on Monday to actually look at the roof. We almost forgot that it was a day off for the kiddos. Take another sip of water. Sorry. Yeah, but it was a day off for the kiddos. They had another it wasn't like, I don't know, teacher development day or something. But sorry. But let's see. But yeah, we forgot about that until like we got a phone call from the school, with the weekly updates on Sunday, and it's like, oh, by the way, no school on Monday. And we're like, wait, what? Oh yeah, no school. So we couldn't do the sleep in, like we normally wanted to, and then I had to wake the kids up, which they didn't like. It's like, well, sorry, we have someone coming by. They didn't show up at 8 like they said they were. It was like closer to 9. But they were able to look at the roof. Well, they were able to look at the spot on the roof that we wanted to, and they did look at the attic. But I have some things about it. Like, so it wasn't storm damage. It's still the flashing, according to them. And I'm like, okay, fine. It's the flashing, at this point. It's just took 8 years. Apparently it's been like they found wood damage and it's been like traveling along, and it just finally, it was the perfect storm. Like with Hurricane Ian that was coming through, and then just being a storm in our area. It just just made the floodgates open, and it just destroyed our roof. Um, but it was so funny. This is why I'm like I have things. Okay, so they said there's nothing wrong with the roof. That there's nothing wrong. There's no damage that they could see. The guy went to that spot in the roof. All right. Sorry, I hate that I'm sniffling so much now. Um, excuse me. Sorry. So, he went to that spot in the roof, and he got to tarp the correct area because he saw where the hole was located, and he said the roof is mush. That area of the roof is complete mush. So tell me how there's no storm damage, or not storm damage. Tell me that there's no damage, but there's damage. It's not storm damage, but don't tell me that there's nothing wrong with the roof. You can't say that the roof is completely 100% okay and it's just a flashing, and that you couldn't find anything wrong except a couple of nail pops and stuff like that. When you were when the other guy inspected the roof, like. How is the roof now suddenly mush? That's what I want to know. It's like, how is it suddenly mush? It's like, that's not a good thing. Sorry. I'm really tired of feeling like this. I really hope that some dryness comes back, because even my hands feel so dry. Let me pick this color. So, let me see. What was the next part that he said? So, it's most likely not going to be covered under insurance. Yay. He, said that it's going to be about $2,000 to fix that part of the roof. But don't quote him on that. He's working up on the invoice, and he's going to send it through our insurance first to see if they would cover it. Most likely they won't, is what we were told. They won't cover it, so that's in the cost that we're going to have to eat for the moment. Yay! But yeah, we're still waiting for everything at this time. But good news is the house is 8 years old. We bought this directly from the builders. We have a 10-year warranty on structural damage. So my husband's he's reaching out to them to see if they can cover it, since it was their fault for the improper flashing, as we were told. So, and at this point I'm like, well, let's just start tacking on some other stuff, like the foundation cracks and stuff like that we've been having issues with, because there's some deep cracks that we spotted, and we're like a little concerned, so it's like, well, if they're going to do that, we might as well start looking at the other stuff too. But we're going to focus on this part. We want this roof fixed. But yeah, at this point we know that it's going to be out of pocket until till the builders, either say no, we didn't do that, or whatever. So, but at the time being, we're going to have to pay for this roof thing. Oh, I wanted to say something. I know it's like a little over halfway through the video. Man, this is crooked. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't mean to make this so crooked when I'm diamond painting. I realized I hit 200 followers, subscribers, whatever. I'm not good at this. I saw that I hit 200, and now it's like over 200. I'm like, oh my god. And I want to thank you guys for that. And I really do want to do a giveaway for you. But at the time, I can't, with everything that's been happening. But I promise, I will have a giveaway in the future for you guys, once finances are settled and everything like that. Because I want to thank you guys for doing this, because it's really kind of you guys. I'm only doing this for a year, and I wasn't really expecting to get this many people. So I just want to say thank you again. But yes, I will definitely do a giveaway. I wanted to do one at the 100 mark as well, but I guess I should just combine it into a bigger prize, I guess. I don't know. I just got to figure out how to get everything in order, because Christmas is coming up and the kids need their presents, and yay. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys for that. And I definitely will want to repay you guys for this. But I'll go back to what I was talking about. So yeah, we got the area tarped. It was kind of funny now that you see like a piece of the tarp kind of dangling off the off the uh, off the roof now, like, and it's like hanging downwards. And at the same time, we got a letter from our HOA. Not about that, but I'm sure that will be coming soon. But yeah, our HOA decided to change management companies, and we finally got a letter about some certain things, and some of it's so ridiculous. Like, this is new stuff to me. Like, now it's like no bicycles need to be in the front yard or like shown at all. It's like no grills are allowed to be out at all, you know? And like when you're done with them, like in the back, you need to put them away. I'm like, put them away where? We don't have a shed. You don't allow us to have a shed. It's like everything must be pristine. You're not allowed to look like you live here. That's what it really feels like. It really does feel like that. I'm not going to be surprised if they start going no Halloween and Christmas decorations in the future with this company, because oh my goodness, this company's a little strict, it feels like. um Sorry. And then later on that day, we had the restoration people come by, and they checked the moisture levels again, and everything was good. So they took away the dehumidifiers, they took away the fans, and we're just now have two big holes in the wall, one upstairs, one downstairs, and no clue when that will get fixed. But yeah, I was just like, but we were told that the next day that we'll have someone come out to actually start assessing the area, basically do what the roofer just did. Basically look to see what the damages are, figure out how much it's going to cost to repair said damages, because at the moment the stuff we are told that what we have is now covered. The basically the I guess they call it the mediation part, which is like prevent extra damage and dry off all the other stuff. So all of that's covered. The tarp's apparently covered. So so we don't have to pay them for that. We do have to pay the 1,000 deductible, which my heart. Once they give us the invoice, so we're just waiting for the invoice to show up on that. But let's see. But yeah, it was just like, okay. So the next day on Tuesday, we had the plan. So the kids still had testing this week, right? Tuesday and Wednesday were supposed to be their last testing days. Well, for the twins, for Michael and Jaina, and we were like, okay, well, we'll get them to school. We'll still send them to school because the teacher said that it should be done by the time we pick them up to take them to their doctor's appointments. And we're like, cool, great. So, so I woke up early, like always, and I got up, and I went to, start doing my little routine before I went to go wake them up. And it's a good thing I didn't. I kind of took a minute longer than I normally do. Sorry. So what happened was I got a phone call, and at that point I just finished using the restroom, and I flushed, and I'm like, the water seems a little doesn't what and I get a phone call from school saying, we regret to inform you that there is a 2-hour delay because there is a main pipeline break that was in town. And then I look at the sink and I turn it on, and just the idiot's trickle of water's coming out. And I'm like, okay, that's why. So it's like, okay, so it's a 2-hour delay. And I was like, okay, all right. So school would start at the time that we would pick them up. I'm like, okay, they'll be missing testing today then. That's not going to be good, but so, and it's not like they can make it up, but it was just like, well, they'll have to do it on a makeup day. And my husband was like talking to them, so they were like, are we going to go back to school afterwards? And my husband was like, no, you're not. And and Nicole kind of got a little bent out of shape, and she's like, well, why not? And he goes, It's an hour away, and it's going to take some time, and then it's going to be an hour drive back. And we do have doctors that are closer here, that could look at the kids, but this doctor is someone I completely trust. They've been the kids, he's been the kids' doctor since they were babies. Um, Little backstory. So when I had Nicole, I had a different pediatrician for Nicole for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. They assigned me this one doctor that was retiring. Yeah, make it make sense. Why would you assign me a doctor that's retiring? But he kind of looked like Bill Nye in a way, because he had the big old bow tie and everything. And my husband's like, "Is that Bill Nye?" We know it wasn't, but it was just so funny. And afterwards, we get transferred to this one other doctor, and he was amazing. And he did such a fantastic job with Nicole. Then we moved, and my husband wanted me to switch out my OBGYN to a closer office, because they had multiple offices along with Nicole. Like, I switched over Nicole to a different pediatrician that was in the area, and I said okay. And I didn't really like it, but at the time was the doctor that we go to, he transferred offices to a different clinic. Well, same area of clinic, but it was just further away. And my husband's like, "Well, this is going to be an hour away, so I don't want to be taking an hour drive." Reasonable, right? So we transfer everything. I have Nicole do her yearly checkup with this new doctor. Mentioned that I'm having twins, and if she is available to be also the twins doctor, and she says yes, no problem, right? It was a big problem. What happened was, like, I could not get the kids scheduled at all for their weekly, then their monthly checkups. It was always by a nurse that looked at them, so she didn't ask the same questions and like their development or like any concerns I had. And at the same time, Michael was going through a lot of issues. When he was born, he had low blood sugar, so every few hours I had to get him pricked for about 24 hours, like, before I fed him. That was fun. Excuse me. And then, like, on the first day home, like, we get a phone call from the pediatrician's office saying, "You need to bring your son in. He needs to get retested." And we're like, "What?" And found out he has congenital hypothyroidism. He doesn't need to take medicine anymore, thank goodness, because that was a pain in the butt. But but we had to go there, and we didn't have a doctor to do anything or talk to us. We had just a nurse to go and poke him in the foot. They couldn't do said poking in the foot. They couldn't get the blood out, and then had to recommend us somewhere else. It was an exhausting time with newborn twins. And then at the same time, it's just like trying to get any contact with that doctor was non-existent, like, for any issues, because there was a point where the twins were really sick. They were new, they were sick, and we didn't have insurance yet. Well, we had insurance. They weren't added to the insurance yet, so we had to take them to urgent care, and it was just meh, whatever. We never found out the issue. They had a bit of a fever and everything. We were always told, if they have a fever, as a newborn, you need to take them to the doctor, so. But yeah, I think I spent like maybe 2, maybe 3 months of this before I went, I want to go back to the other doctor. And my husband's like, okay, fine. And we got in immediately with him. I asked if it was possible to switch over, and he can take in, 2 new patients, and it was no problem whatsoever. And I was just like, oh, thank goodness. And we've been on time ever since. I'm just like, well, now with the school, now that they are school age, it's kind of harder to do that. It's been now off by a year ish, but they're still going in. Excuse me. They're still going in for their yearly checkups. So it's been sorry, it's been really good. They've been really, really good. But yeah, so that's why we take an hour to drive. Long story short, I'm so sorry. um, but yeah, we got them to the doctor. We basically had some issues that we wanted to talk about. Mainly, like, Nicole has some really bad dandruff that has not gone away. I've been trying my best, and so he's prescribed her some prescription dandruff shampoo to help fix the issue. Hopefully, asked her to change her hair washing routine, so we're changing that. And we had a series of other little questions, a bit more personal with the twins and stuff like that we were concerned about. So we got some renewal on medication for a couple of things. My goodness gracious. But yeah, it did take over an hour to be seen. That 3 kids, it takes a bit. They also got their flu shots. Michael did not take it too well. He cried, like, from he cried a bit from what I was told. I didn't go with them. I stayed home just in case any of the roofing company or restoration guys were gonna come over, because they were coming over, but they came over later in the day. Well, the restoration guys. And what I meant by that was, like, so sorry. So basically, yeah, it took a long time to get seen for the kids, and then by the time they got home, it was 1:30. They picked up lunch, and it was 1:30, and my husband's like, yeah, I'm not dropping you off at school. School gets out in an hour. I'm not going to turn around and do that. No, you're going to come straight home. So we got them doctor's notes. So it's all good. So it should be fine. But yeah, after that, I still stayed home. Like, my husband had meetings. He's been, like, in meetings all the time. It's the poor guy. He's been just in constant meetings. He's like, how am I supposed to get work done if I'm always in a meeting? And yeah, that's true. but when he was in said meeting, we had the guy to do the gosh, I forgot what it's called now. I just said what it was called. But basically was to get an invoice on how much the repairs were going to be for the inside part. So we have 2 different invoices. And then they were going to send it to our insurance company to see if they'll approve it or deny it. So that's where we're at right now. And, like, after during that day, I was a little frustrated with the kids because they were taking a bit to eat their dinner, and when I know that they are bored and stuff like that, especially since they just spent a good bit of time in the car, and then they had to get shots and everything. But I was hoping that they would be a bit more well behaved. Nicole was like, I'm off to see my friends, bye. I'm like, okay, bye. But the twins, like, when the guy came by, he had this machine, and then they were just so curious. What's this? What's that? And I'm like, stop dancing around. Stop getting in his way. And they weren't listening. And I was like, guys, and I had to get them and physically put them on the couch. I'm like, okay, guys, you got to listen to me. This is getting ridiculous. It's not fun. And I gave them, I don't normally, like, reward them for things, like, to, when they're not listening, but I was like, look, please play on the Nintendo Switch, so that way I can talk to this guy, and we can start assessing the damages, because I need to focus on this, and then you and I are going to have a whole good talk, and we're going to start doing some stuff, because I was not for it. And that's what happened. Afterwards, it was just like, all right, now guys, can you please not be in this person's way? He's trying to do a thing. Right? But they chilled out, luckily. They were trying to get dessert that night? And we're like, no, not with how you're acting, no. Oh, my husband, he forgot that day. I'm going to take another sip of water. Oh my goodness. So apparently, when he went to McDonald's, it was the same day that they released the Boo Buckets. And he didn't realize that was like the release day, so he's like so upset that it was taking forever. He decided to go in the mobile order line parking spot, and he was just seeing that all these people in the drive-thru was getting taken care of. Like he was like it was like they were like boom 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 boom. I should have just gone through the drive-thru, but he gets like a 20% off on his order, and I should have told him. Can you just order the twins some Happy Meals so they could get a Boo Bucket? I didn't think about it, but you know, it would be kind of cute for them to have something like that. Relive my childhood. But he didn't do that, so. And I didn't ask him to. I just mentioned, hey, Boo Buckets are released today. He's like, yep. He didn't realize it was really actually released that day. And I told him later on, like, this is why it was so busy. Everyone needed to get the Boo Buckets. Let's see. So, hopefully, I'm going to leave you off here. I know that it was just a lot of color blocking. I'm sorry I didn't get very far in this. But, yeah, yesterday was a relaxing day, so there wasn't really much to talk about, to be honest. I actually got to relax with the kids, and today I'm planning on, when they get home, I'm planning on playing like Mario Party or something like that, or even like Clue, because we did get to do that. I forgot to tell you guys, we got to play Clue with the twins, and it was fun. They weren't totally 100% sure about it, but they did like it at the end. I think Jaina liked it a lot more than Michael, which is surprising, but you know, Jaina's, you know, more my kind of kid. I'm kidding. No, but she enjoyed it a lot. Michael, I think once he gets the basics down, because he doesn't understand that you could be the murderer as well in the game. And he goes, but I didn't do anything. I'm like, I know you didn't do anything, sweetie, but you're trying to figure out who it is in this game. It's not you per se. You're just playing the character. He couldn't get it through his head, and I was just like, it'll be fine. You'll figure it out. It's okay. But yeah, I hope that they'll approve things. I hope things will get rolling soon. We were told that it will take at least a week before we hear a word. So it's just a whole lot of like busy, 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 wait, busy, 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 wait. Now it's just a long wait. So hopefully we'll get some sort of information soon. But I hope you guys are like this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!